Did we do it? Are we live? Unstable. Well, beggars can't be choosers, I guess. Hello. No one might watch this, and that's okay. I'd rather you spend your time doing derby. Which will be around 5 p.m., 6 p.m. However, I will never finish this game if I do not commit. So here I am, committing.
Will you just look at that house over there? How long has it been empty? 3 months? 4? I wish someone would move in and fix up the place.
Gwendolyn, why do you even
Do you have
care?
any friends looking for a place to live?
Not right now.
Right. You don't have any friends.
Ma'am!
I should have expected that. I know you don't socialize with other humans.
Ma'am.
It really is a shame. It's such a cute house. Whoever gets it will have a lot of work to do. Their gutter is falling off and everything. That window is so caked up you can't see inside at all. I'm surprised the thing isn't broken.
Ma'am. You must really be bored if you care that much.
Well, it is the talk of the neighborhood. At least I think it should be.
Okay.
A place like that is going to make the whole block look terrible. Someone should move in soon.
You are so Midwest.
If you think of anyone, let me know.
I sure will.
That's the spirit. Who knows? You might actually go out and talk to your neighbor. I just hope someone moves in soon before the neighborhood goes to the birds. Anyway, I have reached my
To that
conversation limit
bias.
for one go-round. See you around, looker.
Bye-bye. I guess we can check in with Stepford.
Stepford is pacing when you find him, giving himself what seems to be a pep talk.
Come on, Stepford, just go sign up for it. What's the worst that could happen?
You could find out you're old with a giant package. Hi, Stormy.
That's what could happen. Yeah, I better avoid it altogether. But what if I won? What if?
What if indeed?
It would be everything I've ever dreamed of. Oh, I don't know.
Hi there. Seems like you're in a bit of a pickle with your giant pickle.
Is it that obvious?
Yes, both. I mean, you were literally just talking to yourself about it.
Was I? Oops. Guess I just feel like I do my best thinking out loud. Remember how I told you there came a decision point in every trophy's life?
Mm-hmm.
I think mine has come. But I don't know what to do.
Maybe I can help.
Really? You'd help me? That's so nice of you.
You're impressed by the littlest things, my guy.
And here I thought everybody hated me.
Oh, really? Everybody hates you?
It's because of the way I look. Not sure if you noticed, but I'm sort of, well.
Are you convinced that you're super too hot for people? Staggeringly attractive?
I have been known to make others stagger.
So you are convinced that everyone's jealous of you. You're one of those.
Because I just happen to look like this, the others tend to get the wrong idea about me. If I don't say very much or look them in the eye all the time, they think I'm arrogant or rude or stuck up.
They might be right. No, I just restarted now.
The truth is, I'm just shy.
I'm pretty shy too.
Really? I never would have guessed. You seem so confident.
He's literally the trophies. Wait, you meant that. Listen, I'm having a hard time. You're kind of catching me in the midst of a dramatic life change, my guy.
That's inspiring.
Tell me about it. Anyhow, back to the point. What's this dilemma you're having, Mr. Gold Dick?
Alright, so here's what's going on. For years now, the house has hosted an annual Trivialetics competition.
Trivialetics.
It includes a combination of difficult physical challenges and trivia challenges about objects found in houses.
This is what?
It's always a fierce competition, and everyone comes out to watch.
There's only 100 of you.
The crowds, the cheering. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah, gold dick, like gold duck. That sounds great.
It is. Every year, I am presented to the winner as a trophy.
Should I sign up?
It's truly an honor. I spend days preparing.
I should sign up.
After all, I absolutely must have the chiseled physique that aches to be handled.
I know you're a thirst trap, but I'm just gonna be thirsty anyway.
Dazzling golden tan that captivates the eye. And
What?
the sly, mischievous smile that just...
No. Dem's the crazy eyes. Never mind. Look at this. No. Dis the crazy eyes. The love is gone. The love has gone away. We have got to talk about these crazy fucking eyes. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck is that? Like y'all. What is this? This is like the base murder that any Stepford wife feels at any given point in their life. Look at this. This is not safe. It might be very hot. Yeah, it might be very hot, but it's not safe. That is not safe. Yeah. I'm gonna make that an emote, I think, eventually. It is given prom queen. It's given like Harry prom queen, though. Like, shows up, belle of the ball, blood, pig's blood, all over the place. I think we get the point.
Sorry, it's just part of the job.
Less crazy with a blush, but still crazy prior.
Anyway, I always get brought up on stage, making my big victorious pose. And I listen to the cheering fans, and...
You wish they were cheering for you, don't you?
I do. I have to confess, I really do. But they're never cheering for me.
And they never will, unless you get out there, Goldick.
Exactly. But what if I lose? I don't know if I could bear it. It would be so embarrassing. I'd have to admit in front of everyone that I spent all my time training to win, and no time preparing to be a great trophy. My physique would be a mere tantalizing.
Oh my goodness. How tantalizing instead of obsessively perfect. I think you're gonna be okay, Stepford Goldick.
My tan? A dull silver at best. And my smile would be an ordinary, run-of-the-mill, irresistible.
I want to talk to you about why you think everyone thinks you're arrogant, guy. So you're trying to... Basically, we're talking about risk and reward here, right, my friend?
You got it.
Yeah, okay.
And so you see, my time of decision has drawn nigh. Dare I try my hand at being a trophy winner, or remain a winning trophy? There can be no middle ground. What do you think? Should I spend the remaining time before the Trivialetics competition preparing myself to be the best trophy out there? Or should I sign up to compete and spend my time training?
Well, what do we think, y'all? I mean, obviously we should go find somewhere private to hang out, but I'm thinking I should tell him to compete. Because even if he loses, it'll be good for him to be humbled. And he'll still be hot. He's not going to become unhot by losing. Yeah.
My gosh, I'm gonna do it! That was the push I needed.
Yeah, I actually really like this. I agree, Day. I like this writing a lot. There's some characters like Timothy that I have a real problem with because their writing is so tropish or out of bounds, but I actually feel like this guy, you know, being the perfect hottie is really difficult. I love Lucinda, actually. But have you seen her entire story? Because I think Lucinda sucks halfway through because she sucks because she's empty. Like, I think she's supposed to suck. He's not empty. He knows who he is. So I don't think he... Yeah, she has a really good arc, right? Like, Lucinda is empty inside, and he is full. And I think they're both written appropriately for that. Yeah. Basically, I had my doubts about Lucinda too, but the writing's been spot on for almost everything. Even when they're trying to be even when they're throwing away a character, it's still amazing. So, I'm gonna tell you, have faith in Lucinda.
I'll go right now. Wish me luck.
Honestly, I've heard that a lot. A lot of people, like, my friends will lurk and they're like, we did not expect to like this game. But the voice acting's so amazing. It feels really hopeful. Everyone's treated really respectfully, unless they suck and then they're not treated respectfully. They really put out a good product. And they put out a good product. You know, I think the voice acting's actually the best you'll get in English. I think your lack of fan might be just because I'm not a big fan of a lot of... Like, I'm surprised because I think you might be the only person who has not liked the voice acting I've spoken to. Not to say your opinion is wrong because of that, but you are the only person. Well, yes. I mean, the entire production is actually all voice actors and voice coaches. The executive producer is a voice coach. But yes, you are biased for sure. Yeah, like the executive producer and the 3 lead writers are like big names. One of them is in Boruto right now. The Kinaf hoodie. So I think, but you also haven't seen every character, and I do think there are weaker versus stronger.
Hello again, suspect.
I also think they can only go so far as what the role they're given is, and some characters don't go far enough to give the voice actor a chance to shine. Because one of the issues when you're talking about English VAs versus Japanese VAs versus Korean VAs, etc., is that English VAs are often given much more. But no, Felicia Day, I'm not a big fan of her either. She is a big hit though, so a lot of English VAs are not given the space to be what they need to be. And I will say, by and large, areas where English VAs would normally be told to tone down the emotion, they do not. VAs that I've hated in other works have been amazingly tonal. Yes. So I will say that by and large, this game bucks the trend of hammy and silly. Everyone who's like kind of a voice acting legend is themselves in this game. They're not great because they were directed in such a way their whole career, but they're better than they've ever been. And I do think a lot of the voice actors in this game, because it's directed by voice actors, are leaps and bounds better than they could be.
I'm hard at work on my current case. I've been hoping for a breakthrough. Sometimes I get so wrapped up that I start seeing everyone through the lens of a mystery.
Are you really a detective?
I am Maggie M. Glassbury at your service.
Oh. No problem, Day. I'm a little flustered for being thanks for that, but you know, I do watch most anime in Japanese for this reason too. I agree. I think there's a lack of depth because Japanese VAs on the whole are encouraged to really go into their roles.
Perhaps you've heard of me?
No, I haven't heard of you at all, my dear.
I've acquired a modest reputation as a result of some of my previous work.
What was your previous work?
Maggie puts her hands on her hips, positively radiating pride.
Why, it was I who solved the mystery of the missing sock.
But, like, I can see your point with characters like this, right? One, this line is just kind of hammy. And two, it's delivered so superficially. You know? If you're gonna say something that's cheesy, just like fucking go for it, right? Like, why? It was I who solved the mystery of the missing sock, right? Like, put it in there. It's very bland.
A brief interview with the Stackables and a chat with Dirk was all it took to sort that case out. The sock was in the depths of Harper's hamper.
I'm glad someone got to the bottom of it.
I also cracked the caper of the self-generating dust rabbits.
Really? Where do they all come from? Dust.
Static electricity. It causes particles to accumulate around pieces of hair. Your hair, to be exact. They form undisturbed, in-dead air pockets. That's why they hang out under the couch.
My hair, you say?
It matched the evidence, and I ruled out every other possibility. By the power of deductive reasoning, I determined that you were in fact the culprit.
No getting around you, I see.
I pride myself on that.
Though I have found a lot of the characters who do have these really superficial, kind of poor, bland performances to start, later on in this game, they actually crack open, and the voice actors do a really good job. They also allow them to go off script. There's several lines that don't match. What mystery are you trying to solve?
Lately, I've been taxing my lens to the utmost on a very interesting case. I'm trying to get to the bottom of a mysterious love letter.
I agree. Like, there's a point, like, give me a character, if you're gonna deliver it really superficially, surprise me later, which I think voice-wise, you're gonna be really impressed with Lucinda. I have most of her stuff clipped out, so you can watch it if you want. I think what they gave her to do, she blew it out of the park. The way that she uses her voice to tell Lucinda's story, like, that's the only tool they really gave her as a character.
It was delivered to Dorian last night.
Oh, to Dorian of all people. Before that, does the name Martin Applegate mean anything to you?
I don't know where you heard that, but I can't talk about it with you.
Starmie, I love a hammy performance too. I'm not a voice coach, so I don't know how to describe it, but there's something shallow about the hamminess. Like, I bet Day would know how to express it, but there's something missing. You can hear that their voice is maybe too high or put in the back of their throat or something. And when you're being a ham, I always feel like that comes from the stomach or the chest and it's just not there. Maybe they would be better at describing that.
At least, not yet. You're scratching the surface of something stranger than you can imagine. Maybe I'll feel differently later, after we've gotten to know one another a little better.
All right, tell me about the Dorian letter.
At approximately 2 a.m., an unknown suspect dropped off a letter for Dorian. Upon opening it, Dorian discovered that it carried clear romantic intent. That is to say, it was asking him out. It described how his protective yet gentle presence had won over the writer's heart.
I do think she has a really good prosody, as you're saying, for a detective. Like someone this high-pitched of a voice, I would have cast a lower-voiced femme. But for like a noir detective, her clip is really nice.
If interested, he was to write back as soon as possible.
Very, very deliberate syllabary. Yes. Yes. I haven't seen her whole story, and I trust these writers enough to know that they wouldn't have cast her without giving her a chance to do something else. But I like how she's approaching most of her lines with this very, like, I'm a detective, just stating the facts, ma'am. Phoenicia makes sense, though. Phoenicia, I think, is very good the way she is. Felicia Day, who plays Skylar, oh my god, Mac is amazing. And Max VA is just a trained theater actress. She's not a voice actor. She's actually a differently abled theater actress in the Denver play community. And they said, we're going to do a disabled person and we'd love to have an actress who is disabled play them. So that's why her voice is so good. Yeah. I mean, I was really excited that they hired a disabled person to play a disabled person, first off. And then second, I was excited that they just let the theater person be theater, right? Like, they didn't make her into a voice actor. They just said, there you go. Oh my god, Day, I had the same panic. So same panic. I think I said something, Starmy, when we went back. I was like, please don't be, like, able-bodied. Don't, you know? Yeah, like, it was terrifying because I was actually saying something right before I met Mac, like, you know, they have so many different people. They've got, you know, furry, they have dominatrix, they have poly, they have, you know, but I haven't seen Arrow and I haven't seen wheelchair. Dasha's bi. And I hadn't seen, like, differently abled, and I was getting really upset. And then Mac appeared on my screen, and I was like, finally.
Here's the catch. The letter wasn't signed with a name, just a monogram.
Yes. So what I really like about how they handled trans representation is that they don't call them out. So we know one non-binary character who may be trans, but we're not sure. Birth name is Robert, but presents very femme, named Bobby Pin. We don't know if it's a dead name. Titus Andromache is completely trans colors, super strong jaw, very flat. And so I have a strong suspicion that Titus is trans, like straight coded with the flag. And I do think we've got a trans mask hiding out. Hi, Misrai. Mac was deliberately coded non-binary because, duh, computer, binary. But I haven't found any trans mask explicitly. Thanks, Day. Thank you. I knew you'd catch it too. Thanks. um, I haven't found any trans masks specifically though, but I would say Bobby is. I know, Ferris. It was pretty good, wasn't it? I think Bobby is at minimum gender fluid. Yeah, like, well, Bobby's dead name is Robert Misroy, so I think Bobby, so I actually think that Bobby is gender fluid to trans femme. But I think Bobby is essentially non-binary. Um, yeah, there's a point where you get a nameplate for Bobby and it says Robert Bobby Pin, which is why I lean towards non-binary because typically we wouldn't present our dead names, right? So I lean towards non-binary because they didn't seem to have a problem with the faceplate saying Robert Bobby. Titus, we still haven't had any confirmation, but I don't think we're gonna because the story of being trans is handled in so many different ways that there's no need to be like, that's a trans person, because the idea of realizing who you are is that's what this game is. Every single object is just trying to find themselves somewhere. So it has this overarching metaphor for the queer experience, period. So there's no like, that's a poly person, they're arrow, whatever. There's a few characters who had to be explicit. Yeah, what the fuck's up with Dishy? You're not getting my fucking financials, Dishy. Like, Sophia has to be explicit, right? She has to get a safe word from you. She has to tell you this is what she does. If she doesn't, then you're not respecting that community. She just wants to fin Dom. Yeah, the non-binary representation, I think, is also really exciting because there's no like, there's no stop like record scratch. Oh, what do you mean you go by they them? It's just boop. Bobby has a very short statement about how they used to get bent out of shape because they're a bobby pin, right? They got all bent out of shape, but then when they were in Hoove's bag, which is theoretically prison, like the vacuum cleaner bag, then they go, oh, I realized who I was and I'm very happy. That's what that's it. I haven't played every story though, so I couldn't tell you. So far though, that's what I've run into, is I've run into a consistent metaphorical representation of coming into one's own that sometimes is more obvious and sometimes is less. But the trans are all around you, and I love it. Love it. There's a pair of characters too who are just best bros, and their whole thing is like hanging out with the two of them. Like, friendship as a love concept is explored. It's really nice.
Though he might be hesitant to admit it, Dorian was quite taken by the letter.
He would be. He's like ace to arrow, you know?
He isn't certain whether he wants to write back until he knows more.
Oh my god, they're so cute. Kurt and Rod are so cute. And they're so fucking on point. They are straight up like current hip hop, like, there's the toxic hip hop and then there's the we're just fucking people and we don't understand your scene anymore. They're over there. And they've got these beautiful fucking Gucci style curtain outfits. I love it. Good luck with your case. If you'd be open to it, I'd love to help. Yeah, that's how you pursue.
You would?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's get into it.
I've never worked with anyone else before, but I think this could be good for the case.
What are you waiting for? Clue me in.
The case is pretty thin, but we've got a couple of clues. First of all, the paper the note was written on was somewhat interesting. Second, although the letter wasn't signed, it did have a single initial on it.
You know, Day, thinking of voice acting though, I think you should look at Lux's voice acting. I think you would really love it. He goes off script probably more than a lot of the other characters, but they gave him this, you know, toxic makeup streamer. This is part of the reason I've been streaming it the way I have, is I have all characters sort of clipped out into collections. So, like, poke around Lux's collection, because his voice actor really nails it, you know? Like, they gave him the Jeffree Star, and he created this entity just by adding in a few words here or there or dropping his volume. It's really good.
Finally, I think Dorian might have a clue for us.
Let's start with the paper. What's so interesting about that paper?
I have it here, semi-transparent and very thin. It doesn't seem like ordinary paper at all.
It's rice paper, my dear. Let's taste it.
Taste it? If you say so.
She carefully dabs a corner of the paper against her tongue.
How interesting. It's edible and tastes slightly starchy.
This isn't my first rodeo.
What else should we try with the paper?
Let's dip it in water.
She dips a corner of the paper into a small glass of water.
Look at that. It dissolved. What else should we try with the paper?
Let's try cutting it. Let's
She
just
gives the
fuck this paper
a careful
up.
Test snip.
Cuts just like normal. What else should we try with the paper?
Let's try burning a small piece.
She focuses a magnifying glass on the paper for a few moments, stopping immediately when it begins to smoke and catch fire.
Yikes! It's definitely flammable. Does seem to burn slightly slower than normal paper, though.
It's all that gluten in there, baby.
What else should we try with the paper?
Let's see what other clues we've got.
What should we look at next?
What initial was written on it? I mean,
A stylized letter M.
this is clearly from Mitchell Lynn, the food reviewer. A first initial?
Seems likely. What should we look at next?
Don't confirm or deny, Starmie. Let's have a chat with Dorian.
Hello there, you two.
Hello, Dorian.
Good to see you, Dorian. I've enlisted our friend here to help solve the case of the mystery letter.
Splendid idea.
Can you repeat what you said to me earlier? About the smell you noticed?
Right. Well, when I first opened the letter,
Yeah,
I caught the faintest whiff
it's
of what I thought
Moriarty.
was truffle. Strange, no?
Indeed. Thanks for your help, Dorian. It's Mitchell
luck.
Lynn. Glutinous rice does, and rice paper's made with glutinous rice.
Let me know if you happen to figure out who it was from. I'm not one for love, but I am one for truffles. And friendship.
Well, I was referring to the ricey glue then. I didn't know that that didn't actually mean gluten, but I was referring to the way that rice makes glue. So, yeah, that's it. I just didn't realize that it wasn't gluten, that's all. I still meant that it gets sticky.
What should we look at next?
I think I know who sent the letter.
I've narrowed it down to 4 suspects. Penelope, Mitchell Lynn, Mateo Monta, and Freddie Yeti.
How is this even a
Who do you
question?
think it was?
It was Mitchell Lynn.
Wait a minute. I think you might just be right. The stylized letter M is his signature. The smell Dorian noticed
Oh
makes
my
sense
God.
now, and the paper.
I also love food and nutrition stuff. I was actually surprised that I had that mistaken. I'm really happy to know.
It's gotta be rice paper. The smell of truffles came from the gourmand Mitchell Lynn. You did it. You helped me crack the case.
The least I could do, Maggie.
I'm impressed.
I now know who I'm going to ask any food questions to because, well, Misroy too, but certainly.
Now I'm even more excited for the next time we meet. Let me just go and let Dorian know that his secret admirer has been discovered. Hey, before I go, I was wondering.
That's true. Misroy does know more about cooking. I know a lot about the chemistry of food. Particularly of vegetables, plants, etc. Botany. When you get into meat territory or you get into like grasses, rice, wheat, I'm a little shaky.
Would you like to have a cup of tea with me sometime? As a date, I mean.
That's cute. Sure.
Maggie lets out a girlish squeal.
Amazing. Oh.
She snorted.
Calm down, Maggie. The human could still be a suspect of any sort. See you again soon, compatriot in crime.
I love that snort. You got questions about why a plant does what it does or a vegetable does? I got you. I now know who will be my resource for the grains.
Well, look who it is.
It's me!
You know, it's funny being here in the foyer. I got the best seat in the house to keep an eye on everybody's comings and goings.
Misroy, I do actually know that they deliberately kept some off-takes, so I wouldn't be surprised.
But you ain't left the house in so dang long. Seems like I only see you here when it's time to pick up a package. Not
Abel.
that I'm judging,
Abel.
mind. Just ain't exactly living up to the full potential of the position here, am I?
Abel?
But hey, I do my job no matter the circumstances.
You are
Don't you worry about me.
judging the shit out of me right now.
Now then, I'm sure you got something on your mind.
Not anymore.
What can I do you for? All's well here in the foyer, amigo. Would be nice if more folks came over. I'd love to see more of them coming through here. Oh, but don't you worry about that. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Okay. There's an achievement for talking to all of the Dorians. I should see.
You've made some good friends inside here. I respect the hustle. In my view, friendship is all about good boundaries. Right in between the dizzying heights of love and the minefield of hatred.
Dorian is as tall as ever, but there's something off with his energy today. His eyes dart briefly from side to side, as though ensuring you're alone.
Yes.
Welcome to the lavatory. Let's keep things private here. Very, hush-hush.
Oh my god, Dorian. Are you embarrassed? Are you super British right now?
Maybe a little.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Try as I might to keep things quiet, nestled in this lovely little space in the house. We seem to have attracted our loudest members.
Who's here?
We have a rapping Lou, a singing shower, and a sink screaming about his very existence.
I know the sink intimately. Tell me about the shower.
Johnny Splash thinks he's a singer. He's a shower.
Have you, Day, I hope, right now on the sink story, I'm at a pause point. I gotta get Maggie interested in his case. Oh, I hope I do sometime when you're watching, because that fucking sink. But this was a really good slam. Johnny Splash thinks he's a singer. He's a shower.
What can I do for you?
Tell me about the loo.
Jean-Loup Pissoir, or better known by his stage name, Little Crapper, is a highly talented, though repulsive member of this little tribe. I don't like music very much.
Well, you pretty much... Yeah... You pretty much only have British music, so your life sucks.
What can I do for you?
Post-punk, you've got nothing. I've heard enough.
You're lucky you can leave.
Alright, let's meet Johnny Splash.
It's jarring to hear someone else's voice singing in your shower. After all, you haven't brought anybody home since you've been here. But this isn't some forgotten paramour from the night before.
This is some bad art. This might be one of the worst I've seen.
There's a singer in your bathroom, and he's using your showerhead as a microphone. While his singing may be less than professional, he certainly looks the part. His handsome face is framed by glistening ringlet curls, and his clothing has a sterile, hygienic vibe, a stark contrast to the smouldering, sensitive artist you see before you.
Like, it's great in itself, but compared to all of the other art, I should say. Are you like Elvis Johnny Cash?
Hey!
Elvis Cash?
Jeepers. Didn't hear you come in.
Yeah, like, I love the design a lot. I do not like the actual presentation. I like this shot, though.
Come right on in, darling. Be sure to wear a shower cap or you're gonna get yourself mighty wet.
Ooh! Ooh! That's dirty. I don't think I know you well enough for that. You're also a bad singer.
Modest, huh? Well, there ain't nothing wrong with that.
I don't like people who are bad at what they do.
Modesty is what separates us from the animals.
I have to lie to them too much.
Well, with maybe the exception of the mighty possum. Possums being the most modest creature in the animal kingdom.
How do you figure that? What?
If you don't believe me, look it up. Not here, though. Reading in water don't mix, I reckon.
Hold on. Hold on. I don't believe you. Give me a moment. Are possums modest? Okay. This is what Google AI says. While the concept of modesty is typically associated with human behavior and cultural norms, it's not generally applied to animals in the same way. Yeah, I get it. However, based on their behavior, opossums can be considered shy and non-aggressive. They avoid confrontation. They would rather retreat than engage. And when threatened, opossums employ defense mechanisms like running away, bluffing, or playing dead. Don't lie to me.
Well, I'm just as happy as a pig in mud that you decided to stop on in. It's mighty nice to see a new face around these parts.
Yeah, I think this is a really good... Like, the shower would either have to be a singer or... like... yoga or a germ freak, you know? Like yoga, I'm thinking like Bikram yoga, like a very meditative person.
Variety is the spice of life, as they say.
A yogi.
I can tell you're a healthy dose of paprika.
I like that. You're a healthy dose of paprika.
Well, maybe you're more of a cayenne.
I like paprika more. But truly, I'm probably a habanero. Maybe even a ghost pepper.
Ooh, spicy. Makes my mouth water just thinking about it.
Listen, you are getting so about, like, wetness here. I understand you're a shower, but... sometimes it's not as sexy if you're doing it all the time.
Well, I reckon we'll have to get to know each other better to really find out.
Oh, paprika cayenne. Chef's kiss, one of the best toppings to any chili, any tofu. I love a good smoked paprika and a cayenne. Thanks, bud.
Well, you're mighty welcome. Name's Johnny Splash. Whoa,
Look at his Crocs shoes.
And I just want to make absolutely sure whoever saunters over my way is treated with the most respect and hospitality a gentle shower like myself can offer.
I truly don't think there's much Johnny Cash in you. I just don't think they could have made a pun with Elvis. Elvis Presley. Elvis Press Clean. Yeah, like there's just something. There's not. Johnny Cash isn't here. I could tell, and I really appreciate it.
It's just real darn important that folks keep coming by. Truth be told, it can get kind of monotonous around these parts. You know what I'm saying?
Tell me more.
Yes, sir. The bathroom can be a frighteningly monotonous kind of place. Just duller than dishwater. Or toilet water, as the case may be. I mean, just think on it for a second here. Would you go to a bathroom to have yourself a good old time?
Yes.
To experience something new and exciting.
Yes.
To meet someone famous or important.
Yes. Depends on the bathroom.
That's exactly my point. That's just not what your average bathroom is for.
Sir. Sir. You are so vanilla. Why are you making these jokes if you're so vanilla?
The common bathroom is a utilitarian kind of joint.
Sure.
Sure, it's useful and consistent. But it ain't a particularly lively spot. Ain't no nightclubs in no bathrooms. You know what I'm saying?
It really depends on the bathroom, my guy.
Well, ain't that the truth, uh-huh?
I used to work in a bar that the women's restroom had an entire velvet smoking room in front of it. You could get served drinks in it.
You know what I usually spend all my time doing around here.
Binging TV?
Heck, I wish.
There's no TV in here.
Truth is, darling, I spend 99% of my day sitting around doing absolutely nothing at all.
You should probably be practicing.
Do you know how long it takes the average person to shower?
What, like 15 minutes?
Oh, that's positively accurate. It takes the average person 12 minutes.
Wow, I'm wasting a ton of water.
That's your shower. I ain't here to pass judgment, baby.
My hair takes 12 minutes.
That's between you and the Department of Water and Power. And God.
God.
Here's my point about showering. For the average person, it's 12 minutes.
Did we lose Misray?
I looked it up and everything. 12 minutes of a water spraying, shampoo foaming, washcloth scrubbing routine.
I mean, yeah. Honestly, it takes close to 20 minutes to wash my hair completely.
And don't get me wrong, those 12 minutes ain't bad at all. But do you know how long that is?
March 5. I'm almost certain it's 24 hours.
Whoa. Hey, I'm not so sure about that.
24 hours are in a day, my guy.
According to my studies, it's 1,440 minutes. Which means my job is quite literally just 1% of my day.
Ferris takes exceptionally long showers. It's actually longer than 30. I'm sorry, Ferris. I don't mean to call you out live, but it's longer than 30. That sounds amazing.
Well, I get why you might be inclined to say that. But honestly, it's worse than a dead skunk in a wedding chapel on the 4th of July. Which is really bad, in case that weren't clear. See, I'm a shower. If I ain't being used, it ain't like I
Guy,
can just
this
get
is a
up,
very long
go boogie
conversation.
around at the dance hall or something. I can't just hop on over to the malt shop for a milkshake and some light canoodling.
No?
No, I'm just here, perpetually stuck in this humdrum, go-nowhere existence. Do you know how that makes me feel?
A bummer?
You're gosh darn right. Sorry for swearing, Mama.
Lord.
It makes me feel unfulfilled, listless. Bored stiff, like a scarecrow in a cornfield. Like I'm gonna be stuck here forever. And all my dreams ain't never gonna come true.
Dreams? What dreams? Oh my god!
Scotty,
What is wrong with the
did I don't
bathroom?
say that out loud.
Tell me your dreams, Johnny.
Listen, I don't prefer to talk about that.
Then why are you talking so long?
There just ain't much reason to have your head up in the clouds when your pipes are firmly bolted to the drywall. Some people get to have dreams, but Johnny Splash gets to waste away listening to leaky faucet stripping. And that's all there is to it.
I know, Day. That's why I've continued to interact with him, because he's so well written, but it doesn't mean I like it.
Oh, what the heck? You done twisted my temperature knob.
Starmie's just saying you brought up the hot water, now she feels called out.
I reckon I usually don't do this, but you got a trustworthy face. Plus, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't just a little bit sweet on you.
You literally just met. Well, actually, he sees me naked a lot.
So, I'll tell you my super secret dreams on one condition.
On one conditioner. I wish I had 60 sass. Seems fair.
Come back and visit me again tomorrow. Show me this ain't some meaningless fling for you.
Though, I always have to remind myself that the date theaters specifically, like, they know the context is dating. So they know this is, like, dating.
Come back around, and I'll share with you the secret I ain't never shared with anyone else before.
I will, Johnny.
Hope I'll see you then. Now you better mosey on out of here quick. Plumbers are coming soon to fix my water pressure issues.
Okay, I would know if the plumbers were coming, my guy. You want to see the toilet? Let's see the toilet. I know what I'm seeing.
There's a strange rapper standing in your bathroom where the toilet usually is. He's dressed in white and gold, but where his outfit is clean, the look he gives you is downright dirty. While you might be curious about this toilet man, it seems more than clear that curiosity doesn't go both ways.
I love that this is his microphone. I'm just gonna ... you back, man. You want ellipsis my ass? Ellipsis. Oh, do I do that? I do that. I gotta pee. Open up.
The toilet man springs into action, raising his hands to his mouth as he begins to beatbox.
Little crapper's a rapper, he knows how to go. Plumbing and drumming or both about flow.
Misroy and I have suffered this before.
Pipes, he'll be ending your life when he slams your head into the bowl. Oh, on a toilet roll. Jean-Luc Bissois, out of control.
Day, I gotta pee. Open up. He does not. He actually says at some point, if you want that, you should install a bidet.
Over, under, never, blunder, speaking more words than an ancient scroll. Ah!
Holy crap.
No. Holy crap was Jean-Luc's old stage name. Now he is Lil Crapper. More secular, huh? Wider appeal, you know? Anyway, you know Lil Crapper. You love him. Everybody does. Oh,
The best way I've heard him referred to is as a SoundCloud rapper.
You come to hear his pizza, or maybe you ate the pizza. You come to take a seat so you can deposit the food you eat.
No, just wanted to get you to know you better.
To know me? To know me? This human thinks that they own me.
I do.
There's always one thing on my mind, and always one thing only. I'm a rapper, the best you see in a shining dream and porcelain.
It's the farting in the beats that gets me.
He's like a bidet only spitting the truth, going down quicker than gin and vermouth. They call him a party mouse, letting the naughty out, but that's a way to appeal to the youth.
Now here, these triples. This is like... This is the only part where I'm like, all right, you got some flow. That's nice.
It is not nice. It is the best. Because Lil Crapper is the best.
You know, for a lot of people, hip-hop is English, though. It wasn't until the past, like, 10 years that rap really started to be produced in other languages.
You want to be like Lil Crapper? You want to meet him on his level? You want others to love you like they love him? Impossible!
Impossible!
The ladies love nobody as much as him. The amount of ass he gets would make you weep. In fact, it is not just the lady asses. Lil Crapper accepts any ass. He is not picky. He accommodates.
Yeah, it's because they like to shit on you.
But some do not accommodate. These are the people he has no time for.
Honestly, yes, they could have gone the way of my life is terrible, I'm a fucking toilet.
Those who don't understand his syncopated singing, they do their business, they leave, he does not talk to them. You want to hang with Lil Crapper? You do as he does.
I'm actually pretty good at rapping.
Not just rap, you need to show him that you can crap.
Excuse me?
Crap, crapping, short for cool rapping. Lil Crapper is always crapping. Now it's your turn.
I don't think people will interpret that the way that you want them to.
Jean-Loup makes a dismissive gesture.
That is their problem. Lil Crapper, he is ahead of the curve. He is a wordsmith, eh? He is like Voltaire, French, and smarter than you. On a related note, Voltaire was my number 2 pick for my nom de plume.
That does remind me that I want to reread Candida. How am I going to learn how to rap? I already know.
Not from Lil Crapper. Lil Crapper is not a teacher, he is the test.
Lord almighty.
You study on your own time. You cannot keep up, you fail. But if you can match his rapping skill, then you will be able to woo anybody. If you have the skills to woo Lil Crapper, then any partner will be within your reach. In fact, if you can match Lil Crapper in a crap battle, then he will fall in love with you.
Is there any other way?
Enough! Lil Crapper can sense you are unable to hold back your passion for crap any longer.
Listen, you two.
So, what do you think? Do you have what it takes to face Jean-Loup?
Yeah.
You are wrong!
Okay, motherfucker.
Jean-Loup knows you. You are the chatin, the kissless loser. You have enthusiasm for rap. Lil Crapper sees this, but enthusiasm alone, she is not enough. The rapping, she comes from the heart, the deepest part of the system. Like that little rubber bits that comes undone sometimes and the
It's
whopper
literally
keeps
your
running
microphone.
forever. You know the bit. You need to experience life before you can spit it out in alternating phonemes adhering to some sort of a rhyme structure. As you are, you have no chance to defeat Jean-Loup, let alone match his rapier wit. You want to clash talons with these 2 gallant stallions? Go! Live a life worth rapping about! Return to Lil Crapper when you are ready.
I cannot wait to crush you. Like the tiny shit-eating bug you are. Little Crapper, the dung beetle. Okay.
Hello. What can I do for you, my friend?
Hi, Dasha. Abel seemed a little down.
Are you sure? It takes a lot to upset him. He is always so kind and easygoing.
He was sighing a lot, and he told me to come talk to you.
Poor Abel. He's always thinking of others and never himself.
Apparently there's a way that you can get him to speak with real words forever.
I have told him many times he should consider taking a suitor again. Perhaps that could be you.
Does he get a lot of suitors?
Less and less over the years now, but yes. Abel has always been popular, even if he tries to keep others away.
What's up with that?
Some objects have hurt him in the past, but I don't think that is all. He has always preferred to be alone.
I don't get it. I feel like everyone I talk to says he's so supportive.
He is very supportive. You need something done? Abel is there. You are hurting? Abel is there.
Wow!
As long as it is about you, Abel is there. But when the attention is on him, he is freezing up. As he would say, like hairless cat jumping into bucket of ice.
Hi.
Why indeed, I do not fully understand his way of speaking.
Why does he freeze up? Abel is a big ol' sweetie.
Yes, I believe he is afraid.
You know him well, don't you?
I would like to think so after so many years. It is an honor to keep his confidence.
He's not bad looking either.
Not bad looking. He is God in cowboy hat.
You do like him.
He is magnificent.
So you like him.
Me? Боже мой. I have just remembered I have many things to take care of. Go, take care of our friend, please. До свидания.
You got caught, bitch. Have I talked to this Dorian?
Looking for the place to do laundry? Right this way. We have loads of strange folk here. Would you like to hear?
Sure, why not?
We have Titus the detergent, Washford and Drysdale the stackables, and Harper the hamper. Who would you like to know more about?
What's Titus like? I've already talked to all these
She's a
people.
true warrior. She and her Dipogenes have a culture of sacrifice and honor.
I love that it's Dipogenes, but it makes no sense because Diogenes was a single person. But I do love that they tried their hardest on that.
If you're interested in getting to know her, a word of advice. Don't eat the pods.
Thanks.
Don't eat the pods.
Dorian, you speak from experience, don't you?
Who would you like to know more about?
The Stackables.
Drysdale and Washford. They sit atop each other and practically do everything this place of washing needs.
I got a hate ending with Washford by fucking accident. So I've been holding off because I don't know how, but I've been told there's a way to undo hate endings. I don't know how. And I'm waiting for that opportunity because I don't want to get a hate ending with Drysdale, who is voiced by Astarion's voice actor, because they're so connected. I still don't know why Washford hates me.
Drysdale, he's full of himself. Washford, he's also full of himself. They're perfect for each other. Who would you like to know more about?
What's Harper about?
She's the emperor in the corner. You would think that a wicker basket wouldn't have so strong a personality, but you'd be dead wrong.
Strong of a personality is a really nice way to put it there, Dorian.
But what in the bloody hell are you asking me for?
Because I'm curious.
Who would you like to know more about?
I'm okay, thank you.
It's a pleasure to serve.
All right, Titus, let's talk to you.
So you have returned.
I have.
Sensations new and welcome fill my breast, as stranger, leader, colleague doth present. As I now see mine army is but yours, so must I loyal follow in its wake. And though exhaustion yet lies heavy on my lid, your enterprise will spring me forth anew. Have you a task? Have you a great battle to be fought?
No need to spring forth. We've got time.
Time. Haven't we always time?
What is time?
Time is measured only by our actions, by our awareness of it. I am aware only of the time stolen by death. My dipogenies expiring. Time is the time elapsed between their noble rush and their dissolution. Yes, we've time. But such a stain as ink or blood that seeps, with empty mercy and with mirth remains.
You speak really beautifully.
It is my curse. It is a depth of feeling that is never filled.
Girl, I will fill you.
Perhaps, if I could bring you into it would not feel so fathomless.
Please, please bring me into your fathomless depths. I will drown there, gladly.
Would you consent to learn more deeply of my world?
Oh, I consent. Yeah,
Then I shall
totally.
show you my companions, the truest and most fleeting friends.
A group of petite pink and blue beings enter from all sides, grouping around
Stop,
Titus.
they're so
There's something
surreal and
intensely
creepy.
dramatic about them. Is it their tragedy mask-like faces? Perhaps the way they pose like theater players?
Oh my god, I love them. They're the Greek chorus, and they're so fucking creepy, Greek chorus!
They cluster around their leader, each striking an elegant and theatrical pose. Titus spreads her arms wide. She's clearly proud of this little group.
I present to you the Dipogenies.
The Dipogenies speak as one, like a spring breeze-scented Greek chorus.
Lead us to the great beyond! We shall purify and be purified!
I'm not a big fan of the voices they chose.
They are mine to command, though I do not relish in my duty. They are who I deploy into the fray. They bring me victory. They bring us victory. And it destroys them. Sound buzzers, and our dirtied ensign waves. Victory bought by friends in drowned graves.
Mother! Children! Leader! Soldiers! We rally for thee, General! Third will end! Sacrifice! Sacrifice! Sacrifice!
Oh my god, they really are a Greek chorus. I love it. Such courage.
They are mere bit players in an epic they cannot see. I am their eye, their protector and their destroyer. And each time I am put away to await the next battle, I wonder, will I be able to throw them unto death again when the time comes?
It like makes me not want to do laundry.
Once more unto the breach they cry, once more. My own heart cowering neath their couraged roar.
Abyss! Abyss! Death calls with snaking hiss! We rise, royal, and unflinchingly enlist! General, forward! Onward!
I think what you do is really powerful. I admire you.
Oh. Not until this very moment did I realize how I have longed to hear those words. I could not have known the new longing that I might find in the fighting of this noble war. Aside an equal. Aside another who could see it. to see, and seeing to be seen. A nameless pleasure like a bell is struck. If experience is any teacher, you will go now. Dust draws me in, soft and gray, forgotten. Loss the oldest thought I might yet earn.
I'm not going anywhere, General.
Not in heart, I see. But leave you must. I must prepare the Dipogenes for the next engagement.
Tyler! Say hi, Sky.
And you must gift me with an absence. A moment to take stock of sensation and possibility. When you return, you will fight with me. You will fight with us. Perhaps a battle of a different character.
How dare.
On field and flirtatious fold will run. A war for honor, victory, and for fun. That word. That word is so new.
Oh my god, I'm in love with her.
Breaks open like bright candy on my tongue. Go now, before the sparkle can turn to fire.
I will polish your armor as you go to the battlefield and await your return, my beautiful Valkyrie. Okay, what time is it? I think Jeremy has a play today.
If it isn't my favorite scene partner. It's Sci-Fi Thursday. Today's play is called
Beyond the Starscape.
It's about space exploration. Care to join me?
Sure. Tyler, can you hear me yet?
Yeah,
Tell Sky
friend.
hi.
Hey, just so you know, I think I've gotten used to playing off of you by now. If you wanted to try something a little more, I don't know, intense, well, I won't say no. I'm
You
down
want
for
a
whatever.
stage kiss that isn't a stage
Doors
kiss.
are open for dalliances. Just thought I'd say that up front. Okay, sorry. Kind of weird to pause like that.
Yep. So things can get saucy, eh? Excellent.
Did you know that Celia is here every week? Turns out she loves sci-fi stuff. Who knew?
That is off topic.
I can hear you, you know.
That is so off topic. Jeremy. Way to cock block yourself.
And what's so wrong with that? Can an old girl like me have a hobby? I was around back when Star Trek was first released, you know. I've been a fan since day
Star
one.
Trek.
Go on.
Star Trek.
Aye, aye, Space Commander. Today's play is about a group of space explorers. You're the captain of our starship, and I'm your robot assistant and navigator.
Beep.
And lights up. Beep boop. All systems are green, Captain. We are surrounded by both the vastness of space and the endless prospect of adventure.
I love her too because she's not just stuck up. She's the mayor too. She's pretty dope.
Query, where shall we go?
Let's explore the ship.
Excellent idea, Captain. It is important to make sure the ship is in, quote, ship shape before we attempt any interstellar travel. Beep. Wait a moment. Captain, I sense something. There is a problem somewhere on board. I am sending the data to your monitor now. What do you make of it, Captain?
A critical part of the reactor core is malfunctioning.
I will assess the damage. Scanning. Scanning.
My God, Jeremy, can you scan any
Very good
faster?
news, Captain. The part in question is a Q5000 spindle core. This is the same component that allows me to function. If you disassemble me, we can save the ship.
But would that? I can't disassemble you, Chairbot. Because I love you.
You throw your arms around Jeremy, pulling her into a warm hug.
Mistra, I want to die, but I love it.
Captain, what is this? My circuits are going haywire. These readouts, I don't understand. I am filled with a sort of warm, fuzzy electricity.
That's love, Chairbot.
Love. Understood. Captain, can you teach me more about love?
If I were Celia, I'd be like, boo! You'd never ask, Chairbot.
You lean your forehead against Chairbot's. For a moment, Chairbot seems to feel something.
Lights down. Aw, that is a sweet story.
A shame that they forgot about the reactor core, though.
Yeah, they blew up.
They're probably moments from death.
Yep.
Well, I can see you two are preoccupied. I'll leave you to it, then.
Things got a little intimate at the end there, didn't they?
Yeah, Day. I let Mistra handle that. I was very disappointed. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. You said you were open to trying something more intense.
Oh, don't worry. I am not mad. I actually really liked it. It was kind of fun to lose myself in the character and commit. Did you like it?
Yeah, no shit, that's why I did it.
Oh, I was hoping you'd see that.
Yeah, I love it. I love that she's like not super built, but it's very clear. You know, she's sitting here projecting all the time. She's constantly doing plays. And she's got to hold everything up.
I've never had this much fun with a scene partner before. Communication is so important to me, and we're so in sync, you know? Like, I feel like I can adjust myself any which way you want to lean.
Communication is important. So, while we're being honest with each other, is there anything you'd like me to do for you?
Well, if it's not too much trouble, could you maybe sit on my face a little?
Whoa! Yes! Whoa!
Jeremy covers her face with her hands, blushing fiercely.
I can't believe I just said that. I'm a chair.
Oh my god, that's the most explicit they've gotten! Wow, that took me by surprise for real. Yeah, I thought she was gonna do a sit on me bit, but I wasn't expecting her to be like, sit on my face.
Gwendolyn is looking out the window, one hand resting lightly on the curtains.
I mean, that's true, but I think saying sit on my face, right? It's just a little past. I don't think I've seen... I know, they're all so fucking hot. I don't think I've seen sit on my face used like in a television show.
She doesn't seem to see you when she turns away. You're not sure what she's thinking about, but she's clearly somewhere else.
Ooh. Huh. If it ain't the looker, you startled me.
She's so Midwest. What's got your attention?
What? Oh, there I am, doing it again. You know, most people would take my drifting away from the conversation as a sign that I don't really want to have one. But I guess you are one of those steadfast types.
Are you saying I'm stubborn? Because I am.
Huh. Your persistence shall win the day, it seems.
Gwendolyn's gaze drifts past you, somewhere to the side.
Well, you look at them out there. Oh, right. You. Sorry, I don't mean to be distracted, but I'm just looking at the little kids across the street. They've been playing tag for hours now. I'm pretty sure the kid in the green shirt is cheating.
Are you like baby crazy?
The parents aren't doing anything about it, which is kind of funny.
Would you ever want kids?
I don't think so.
No.
Not really my thing. I'm glad you don't have any kids. They can be pretty disgusting. Smudges and stains and just dirt in general.
Yeah, there you called it. But also, I think she is a hot dish. Uh-huh.
But I can admire them outside, as long as they don't have a baseball or anything throwable. Last thing I need is to be broken up by a child with terrible hand-eye coordination.
That's fair.
Still, it's nice to watch them run around and laugh.
They used to be awesome at tag.
I can't imagine you're running around like that. Aha! Green shirt finally got caught cheating. I'll see you around. I want to see what happens.
Okay, see ya. I don't need to push her around. If she don't have interest in me, I don't care. I have like every fucking ass in this house. You know who I haven't talked to in a minute?
Bathsheba is deep into a novel of some sort when you see her. It must be salacious because she's gasping and fanning herself.
Enough of the will they, won't they? Get you some fan, girl!
Alright, Day. Go have fun.
Oh, just kiss her. Come on!
What are you reading?
Bathsheba starts, throwing the book your way with a shriek. You take a closer look at the book. A ceiling
That's the
fan
same book
and
that
a pedestal
the...
fan, each with varying amounts of cleavage, stand chest to chest in a pose that lets you know right away this is a steamy romance novel.
that the book merman was wearing. Oh man, can I borrow this?
Ugh, I wasn't done with it, but sure, whatever. I do have excellent taste, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
Bathsheba places a hand on her chest, batting her eyelashes at you.
So, we gonna get to making me some friends?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yay! Okay, I'm not into walking, so let's just stick around here, huh?
I'm not into walking.
She looks around the room, her gaze settling on the toilet.
Oh, how about Jean-Loup?
No.
As you turn your date-viated gaze on the toilet, it springs to life.
You interrupt, little crapper's piece. What could you want, you hunk like sick geese? You're...
That's enough of that.
Bathsheba steers you away before the rapping toilet can complete his verse.
Maybe someone a little more beautiful and delicate. You know, someone who can keep up with me.
Bathsheba looks around the room, her gaze finally settling on someone standing by the counter.
Oh, Barry!
Oh, the
Bathsheba
gay
waves
makeup
at Barry,
artist.
who
Perfect
gives her
pairing.
a surprised but enthusiastic little wave back. She greets him with an air kiss to each cheek, which he returns with the same sort of energy.
Oh, what's this now? Is it my birthday and no one told me? The fabulous Bathsheba come to consort with my humble self?
Oh, come on, Barry. I see you all the time.
Yes, but do you speak to me, darling?
He's got a point.
Aren't we, like, beyond words?
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't go that far.
You should be kinder to the things around you.
It's about time someone said so. I don't need a thing from her, you understand. But a little courtesy goes a long way.
Listen. Barry, honey. There's no reason you and I shouldn't be close.
I love this. Listen.
I mean, we're both beautiful. And we love things that make you beautiful. Instant besties, right?
Well, it would be nice to have someone to talk to about my latest obsessions. Oh, today it's Snail Mucin. You wouldn't believe the limitless beauty application Snail Mucin has.
Snail Mucin. Is that what it sounds like?
Be nice.
I am being nice. Someone should tell him when something is nasty so he doesn't embarrass himself.
Excuse me, Bathsheba.
Oh, it's far from nasty, darling.
Are you going to allow me to explain, or would you rather this conversation ended here?
This is not how you make friends.
She looks at you, desperation in her gaze.
Please continue, Barry.
Thank you. As I was saying, snail mucin is a truly wondrous product.
All his color samples on his arms.
It's truly miraculous when it comes to dry skin. Here, why don't you try just this little bit? The snail mucin essence will make you a true believer.
He holds a small jar out to you, dipping a small applicator into it and lifting it up, letting the product slowly drip back down into the jar.
I'm vegan, my guy.
It's not the most appealing sight.
I'm not going to use that. I'm vegan.
I think I'm going to be sick. I'm out.
Bathsheba flees, leaving you and Barry alone.
Don't suppose you'd like to try the essence?
Sure, why not?
Well, at least someone around here is open-minded.
Those snails didn't deserve to die for my beauty!
You have returned.
Yes.
Well, choose your destiny.
I only have one left.
Hurry! You're already 10 minutes late. Come in quick and get to your station. And wear this.
I love it.
Are you the new prep cook Carlo recommended?
I have an apron that says tonight's menu, pussy. Prep cook mistress?
Ugh, it's just part of the scene. We're doing a role play scenario, remember?
Why do I have to be dumb?
Play along.
Apologies, mistress.
You're talking too much and prepping too little, prep cook. You're already late and now our customers are getting impatient. Impatience means review bombing online, and review bombing is the first step to certain bankruptcy. Don't make me regret hiring you.
I'm sorry, mistress.
You disgust me. Now stop your pathetic groveling and get to work. Because of your laziness and incompetence, we're already severely behind.
It's like I'm in a real kitchen.
The customers didn't even get their appetizers yet.
God, no!
Here, get to work kneading this dough, if you can even manage to do that right.
We're still kneading dough for their appetizers?
Knead it real deep and hard. Do you understand me?
Plot twist, she's running a ghost kitchen. Yes, I do understand you, mistress.
Maybe I didn't make myself clear, worm. In my kitchen, I am the Alpha and the Omega. You exist to serve me unquestioningly and without hesitation. And at all times, you shall address your superior as yes, chef, and yes, chef alone. Do you think you can get that through your thick skull?
Yes, chef.
Better. Not great, but serviceable. Maybe we can mold you into an adequate prep cook yet. Now knead that dough. Knead it really, really deep. Harder, prep cook. I want to see the beads of sweat glistening on your anxious brow.
Yes, chef. I love kneading your breads.
Very good, prep cook. Apparently you can follow orders when properly motivated. All right, enough with the bread. I need you to move on to preparing the main course, the turkey.
Oh.
Here, take this stuffing and push it deep inside the cavity.
Okay. Only because I get to fuck you while making the turkey.
As deep as you can possibly go.
Fine.
Can my little prep cook manage that painfully simple task?
Yes, chef.
Well, what are you waiting for? Get to work! That's it, my little prep cook. Take that stuffing and shove it deep inside that turkey. so deep. Fill that turkey up with those steamy, moist breadcrumbs. Shove them as deep as
Nope,
you
can't get over it.
possibly
It's
can.
turkey. Yes, chef.
Now quickly, slide the bread and turkey inside the oven. But first, make sure the oven gets super hot. We need to make sure the food gets thoroughly cooked after all. How hot is the oven, prep cook?
So hot, chef.
Now that is a very, very hot oven indeed. Good work, prep cook. Maybe you're not entirely a pitiful, worthless drag on this business after all.
Thank you, chef.
By the way, while you were toiling away on your pathetic excuse for dinner, I was busy creating one of my world-famous desserts. They're exquisite and delectable works of art, as I'm sure you're aware.
Yes, chef. Sounds
Now,
yummers.
normally, I wouldn't allow someone as insufferable as yourself this honor, and especially not on their first day.
Get to eat your dessert.
But since you took orders competently and proved yourself a serviceable addition to my team, I decided I want to give you a reward.
I'd like that, chef.
Your reward is to lick my spoon. Lick it clean and tell me how thick and sweet my cake batter tastes.
Oh, it's transcendent, chef.
I know, isn't it? All right, that's enough. Now go clean the dishes. They're incredibly dirty, and frankly, so are you. I need you to scrub them of all their filth. Do you understand me? Scrub the filthy dishes like the pathetic, worthless worm you are.
Yes, chef.
And scene. I don't know about you, but that left me quite pleased.
Into it at the end.
Adequate and serviceable job, my little wretch. Tell me, did you find it as satisfactory as I did?
Absolutely. Thank you, mistress.
It pleases your mistress to hear that. Regardless, you've sufficiently helped me fulfill all my role-playing fantasies, and thus injected some much-needed vivacity into my lackluster late-night activities. And it appears, despite my initial misgivings, that you have proved yourself a satisfactory plaything for your mistress.
Oh, thanks. Thank you so much, mistress.
Honestly, and I can't believe I'm saying this, I think you and I could be even more.
What?
Don't get me wrong, putting on this persona, building relationships with this specific dynamic, it's a lot of fun. And I love helping my little wretches fulfill their fantasies. But it's only one side of me. It's definitely the side I show the most, but that's partially because I've never really found someone I felt comfortable enough with to share all of me. Until now. So what do you say, little wretch? Shall I give you the passcode to my chassis?
I'd love nothing more.
You can unlock my chassis anytime.
It's
my
how
little
I...
wretch.
Oh, it's how I felt in Blueprints when I figured out the office safe, except better, 'cause she's hotter. My monies. Hello, money.
Sophia's gaze is normally fairly stern, but the look she gives you now is downright intimidating.
Take care of her, wretch.
You got it, mistress.
She is a predictable sort. Sheltered. You would do well to treat her with more of the same.
With Sophia gone, you finally have a chance to get a proper look at your money. And to your surprise, it seems that she's evaluating you just the same way. She's beautiful, but she has her own sort of intimidating air. The way Sophia protects her, you'd expect her to be a meek little thing. But she has the air of an accountant preparing to lecture you about your irresponsible spending.
Look at the coin roll as her earring.
Huh.
What's wrong?
Uh-oh. How much do you need?
Like, how much money?
Yes.
I just wanted to talk to you, not take you. Well, I want to take
There's
you,
no time for
but not take
pleasantries
you.
if you have come to me. How bad is it? What is the financial crisis? Were you recently laid off? Any bills with accruing interest left unpaid? Did you overextend monetary aid to a relative, friend, or an unpromising lover?
First off, ouch. Secondly, everything's fine.
Duly noted. Then why are you here?
I just wanted to introduce myself.
Your name?
Brunhilde.
Interesting. Duly noted. I am Monique. As you already know, I am responsible for saving you when you screw up.
Savings. Savings.
Please refrain from speaking to me unless you are in dire need of accessing your emergency funds.
Can't we just hang out?
No, I am busy. As I sit here in my safe, my value remains unchanged, save for the rigors of inflation.
So I could invest you and fight inflation.
Leave me to the vagaries of the free market? That would be very dangerous.
Yes and no.
The quantity of me here constitutes your entire savings, which you should consider as a short-term emergency fund. As you are presumably still getting paid from your employer, you should only consider investing once there are 3 to 6 months worth of expenses saved here. Leaving this safe is unthinkable. Do you understand? I am now stating that any advice and counsel from me is of my own opinion and not of a professional's. Now, to proceed with your question. Depending on your lifestyle and goals, adjust your personal spending to a minimum. Let's say about 10% or less of your paycheck. Then after paying the necessities like rent and utilities, see what remains and save accordingly. Also, get fewer home deliveries. The extra fees add up to a substantial amount. You can find more in this simple budget spreadsheet I've put together. I must go now. Goodbye.
I must go now. Okay. Well, while we're up in the attic...
Welcome to the Abode of Mysteries, where today we will play the ancient game of chess.
I actually found a YouTuber who thinks he's hot. I was like, no one's gonna think this guy's hot. And then I found a YouTuber who thinks he's hot, and I was like, whoa!
First founded as the Indian game known as Chaturanga before the 600s Anno Domini. That's year of our Lord Christ! It traveled throughout space and time to reach us today as the most popular board game of all. The game used to have elephants for pieces, but now it's like bishops and stuff. Do you know how to play?
I do.
That's great! Saves me an explanation.
Did you put chess in this game? I will be very
I have
happy.
the pieces set up right here. You can be white, I'll be black, which means you go first.
Are you actually going to describe this? Play normally.
This is the style of play that I would categorize as normal. But what if I attacked you like so?
Parker pushes his knight far out into the playing field, seemingly completely undefended.
Ignore the knight.
All right, so you didn't fall for my opening trap. I have more tricks up my sleeve.
Motherfucker, only a basic bitch falls for that knight being out in the open.
Parker plays chaotically, filling your position with wild sacrifices. One such sacrifice leaves a set of his pawns doubled up on the same file, one in front of the other. His tactic-filled play also leaves his king wide open, easy to attack.
Focus on the doubled pawns.
Quietly, simply, you begin to bring your pieces one after the other upon the pawns that are incapable of defending themselves.
Ooh, that's not very nice.
Parker puts his queen next to your king in a very threatening manner. maintaining eye contact with you all the while. He does not blink.
Keep focusing on the doubled pawns.
That! The single weak point of his pawns begins to crumble, and soon his entire position with it.
Oh dear!
I just met his character model. I think his character model is not very cute.
You begin to control more and more of the board as the ranks and files open up, and his king is quickly placed into a corner with only a single rook remaining on his side.
Snakes and ladders.
Parker quietly moves his last rook just to the side of your queen.
After his king.
No! My last trick!
Checkmate!
Well done! You bested me in the classic game, the Game of Kings. And for that, you earn a point towards my love.
I don't want your love.
Reward.
I'll take friendship, I guess. Nice.
Still, I will see you next time for an ever so complex game with many of my beloved rules.
Alright, how you doing, my plastic plant?
Hey, you're back! Guess what? The flirtilizer is totally working!
Shut up.
Okay, not really. But I've been doing all this research on manifestation and positive self-talk, and I think it's going to be really helpful for me. Anyway, I'm actually glad you're back because... Drum roll once again, please. I've got a brand new plan to become a real plant. A real plant plan.
Oh my god.
After the flirtilizer debacle, I went back to the drawing board, started my research from scratch. And it turns out I was missing a key ingredient in my whole appraisal of the situation.
Oh, which was?
Are you sure you're ready for this?
No.
It's called the woot.
The root? Okay, I'll bite. Tell me about the woot. The root.
I think you're really gonna connect with this.
I'm not.
The woot basically is love. I know it sounds cheesy, but hear me out. It means encouragement, visibility. Woot is the essence of giving someone support, cheering them on, believing in them. And you don't even necessarily have to feel those things in order to give them to someone. That's the crazy part. You can offer someone the woot before you feel it, and in the offering, and by them receiving it, you actually get it too. You know what this sounds like, right?
Magic.
Total magic! I am so glad that you get it.
It's good, Starmie. You can have him. How does this factor into your dream?
Yes, so glad you asked.
I'm not.
Allow me to introduce to you...
Chrissy holds up a small green and pink watering can. It seems pretty unremarkable
It is cute.
to your eye, but you suppose you'll have to wait and see.
The wootering can. This can, the technology in this humble garden implement is so specialized that it can literally hold and transfer the pure essence of woot from the can to me. And through the power of the woot, presto, I become real. The woot doesn't exist only in this can, of course, but according to the manufacturers, this is the most efficient way to preserve the power of the woot and transfer it in its purest form.
Woot, I would have thought wootering can, like I woo you?
Yeah, that totally works too. If you were intending to woo
So
me,
difficult.
which
I'm
would
not
be
intending because you're a child.
Are
This
you?
is so difficult. Sure, maybe you're a child.
Oh, you
This is very
are a
difficult.
tease.
Very hard.
We can talk about that later. Anyway, I'm sure you can imagine how much root is lost to evaporation in a traditional transfer procedure.
Oh, my fucking god. My fucking god.
Ooh, what a great question. Cheering. At a game or a concert? That's a pretty recognizable one. Think about it. Those fans are watching, paying attention, loving, moving, and grooving, producing huge quantities of woot. And by the time it gets to the field or the stage, all the way over there, so far away from the source, how much of it has just drifted away?
I have not thought about that ever.
I hadn't either. But now that I have, it makes sense.
It does not make sense. Nothing you say makes sense.
So, the can is a really logical investment.
It is a logical investment for water. For water, which does evaporate when plants drink it. But not woot. Not woot.
I've already filled the can, but the woot charging ceremony as described in the instructions takes 2. So we do the ceremony, and then you water me, or you wooter me, I guess. And then, I don't know. I guess I'm real. So exciting!
I'm literally having to murder a tiny, hopeful human inside my spirit, Starmie. I'm having to strangle it.
What do you think? Are you ready?
If you think it'll help you.
I know it will. Thank you.
There is the placebo effect, so I can't just dismiss her outright.
Okay, so to start, we both stand next to the can.
Fine.
Do we hold hands? No. Okay. And we both deliberately imagine the woot making its way from the can across the medium of the water, intertwining with my roots.
Yes, filling you with life and woot and realness. Exactly.
And when we have this image firmly in our mind's eyes, we say with a big breath, and the woot shall be. Woot shall be? Yep, woot shall be. Okay, imagining. Okay, I've got it. Do you have it?
Sure. Yep, front and center. Let's go.
Wonderful. Okay, ready for the words? Here we go. And the woot shall be.
And the woot shall be.
Great! Quick! Pour the water!
Here you go. Pour the woot.
You pour the woot, or the watering can at any rate, doing your best to think positive thoughts for sweet Prissy.
Listen, I thought it was bullshit, but I lied and said I believed it because you're kind.
Is it working? I feel like it's working. The fertilizer kind of tingled like pins and needles. This is much more soft, warm. It's like that time someone thought I was real and left me in a greenhouse for a few hours at the home warehouse. Gosh, what a fantastic day that was. I got to talk to a hydrangea, a real one. Can you see a difference?
Prissy looks just as she had before, save for a bit of extra moisture on her leaves.
You really can't. You just look a little wetter, honey.
Oh boy. If I have to stomach one more time that it hasn't worked, that I'm still not real, that I'm just a plastic plant, no different from a grocery bag or a bike tire. Oh no. It's amazing what you can take, isn't it? When you don't have a choice.
Yes. We'll try again. You'll find something.
I will. I'll try until it works. I think I'd better rest now. Tired, but not defeated. Thanks for your help. You're just the best. I think this would be a lot harder without
without someone who believes in me.
I don't believe in you. Yes, I do believe in you, but not really, but I do. All right. We're gonna take an intermission real quick. I gotta use the restroom. I gotta eat a snack. 10 minutes. Here we go.
It's you.
What?
So, in the spirit of you teaching me to make friends, let me give you some friendly advice of my own. If you keep going the way you are now, you're gonna have a bad time.
What?
Bathsheba lets the words hang in the air between the two of you. The air is so thick with tension, it's choking.
What? The fuck just happened?
That stuff with Barry was not my speed. So let's make sure today we hang out with someone who rules, actually. Huh?
I'm doing my best, you know?
Then do better, sweetie. Now, who should we practice on?
Bathsheba looks around the room, scanning it in a thoughtful silence, until her gaze settles on the rubber ducky. She doesn't even bother to wait for your input, walking swiftly to the duck with her arms wide.
Oh! Revy!
Shiva! Sup, you dirty bitch?
Oh my god, you are too funny.
Revy?
You don't get to call me that, shit mouth.
Now go easy, Revy. They're trying to help. We're going around practicing my people skills.
Tough ducking shit without any actual people to practice on.
I know, right? Plus, I'm good at talking and making friends.
Yeah, sure. That's why I'm the only one you talk to.
No, you're the only one I talk to because you're the only one hilarious enough to keep my attention.
Not true. But also, everyone else hates your guts.
They do not! Oh, God! You absolute bitch!
I love their friendship, but she's right, Bathsheba. I question how helpful this is going to be.
I question how you're functioning with such a tiny brain. We can't get all our questions answered, can we?
Go easy, Rebby. They just want to help. Rebby and I are champion shit talkers. I asked them once for gossip, and they just went down the line, destroying everyone in this house.
Including you, by the way.
Rebel points a wing at you.
Oh, I went in on you for a good 45 minutes.
I didn't realize that was you back then. Oh, my God.
I don't even know you.
So? I don't need to know you to talk shit, dick brains. It's rich, by the way, that you tell Sheba she's no good at social shit. When your best friend and only lay is your right ducking hand. You're so lonely you started chasing tail in your own house. Who the duck are you to teach anyone anything?
Who the fuck are you swearing at, you rubber-coated edgelord?
Get stuffed, you miserable fucking meatbag! Only one that gets to dunk on Sheba is me, you dickbag. She doesn't need advice from a cuck like you anyway.
To be honest, it's very sweet how protective you are of her. I like it.
Oh, Rebby.
If Rebel is your only friend, things are starting to make sense.
What the rubber yellow duck is that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Now, tell me who's embarrassed themselves this week.
You can hear Bathsheba and Rebel's laughter echoing through the bathroom as you walk away. A win in only the most technical sense. But tomorrow's another day.
Is it? Is it really? All right.
Like a bouncer finally granting you entry to the most exclusive club, Dorian finally steps aside to allow you in.
Welcome to the attic. There are an awful lot of weirdos in this particular room.
You're a weirdo.
I am not the least bit weird. Nice try.
Ah. Oh, and he just storms off. Boo. Okay, Monique. You gonna ignore me again? I'll wait.
One moment. Okay, the numbers are the same, as they always are.
Were you counting yourself?
Making sure that I am all accounted for is part of my daily routine. It is like counting numbers in your mind. I thought I told you not to speak to me unless there is an emergency.
What constitutes an emergency?
An uninsured vehicular accident, an overdue credit card bill, rental coverage in the event your income falls short. Any event with similar dire qualities qualify.
And I have enough savings for these kinds of events?
It depends. That is why I check every day to see where we're at. I have to plan for every contingency.
And if those plans don't work out?
Then I have plans for that as well.
Isn't it boring to think about depressing what ifs all the time?
Well, having fun is a luxury I provide for you as well. I will also be there for you in the scenario that you decide to overindulge. It is always good to be prepared.
I appreciate it.
Duly noted. I realize I may have come off as cold last time. I apologize. It is not often I get visitors. Usually when someone comes to me, it means something bad has happened.
How about I ask you for savings tips?
I quite like that. Okay, what would you like to know? And as a friendly reminder, my advice is not of a professional grade and should only be taken knowing so.
How can I save on utilities?
That is quite simple. Start by turning off appliances when you aren't using them. Also, consider using less water by reducing your shower time. Oh, and shutting off the lights to rooms you're not using.
Got anything else?
Your time is up. Good day.
Okay, okay. I can see when I'm not wanted.
Today, we will be playing a popular and complicated game. This is a game in the Eurogame tradition, one of resource allocation, worker, placement, and cooperation between players. It's based on the 20th century dairy wars between England, France, and Belgium, called Cream Capitalist. We will both attempt to outproduce the cream that the other is attempting to make. Would you like to hear the rules?
Sure.
I'm so excited to speak for a very long time!
I'm not.
Parker does indeed speak for a very long time, spending roughly 45 minutes going into excruciating detail about the different rules and sub-rules for each scenario, including the expansions which, as far as you can tell, aren't being used.
I'll play as Belgium, which has a +3 bonus to currency exchange, which means you can be either England or France.
I actually think they're making fun of Twilight's struggle here.
Which will you choose?
England.
Huh, that's definitely a bad move. In the Cream Capitalist Championships, England is well known to be at a disadvantage because of the cow wandering exploit. Think of the exploit! Begin!
Parker distributes the pieces, a 10-minute process. You receive 5 cards with various types of cream-making machinery on them, 6 bulk cooling tank pieces, 24 cream maker worker pieces, a pasteurization token, and 8 or 9 things you can only describe as shapes.
Think about the rules and begin to build a strategy.
Though the rules are intricate, they are no match for your intellect and resource-mongering capabilities.
I'll go first so you can see how a turn usually goes. It consists of 5 phases.
Parker does a mathematical dance between placing workers, spawning new factories, and gathering new resources to then place again. Chits and chips fly through his fingers, and it serves to remind you just how well made the pieces really are.
Yeah, I do think they're referring to Catan now. I don't even think they're referring to Catan, to tell you the truth. I think this is more of a generic those kinds of games.
That's my turn. I'm prioritizing fermentation technology, the last step in the cream making process. Now you go.
Fermentation technology, the last step in the cream making process. Prioritize unlocking fancier cream skinner
You've got your
machines.
resources into the slots to unlock fancier cream skimmer centrifuges. Soon, you'll be able to make cream faster than Parker.
That's all right. I have more than enough workers for the fermentation process, which you will suffer from.
The turn goes back to Parker, who spends 10 more minutes going through the 5 phases.
I cannot play games where turns take 10 minutes. I lose my mind.
I've invested in new technologies. Once my factories are complete, my process will be airtight. Making cream will be a dream.
Put your resources into making more resources, building up a large supply.
Okay, I get the hint. I won't send any burglars your way.
You and Parker seem to be neck and neck in cream production and milk gathering. You've made it to the solstice season, where your respective countries' production will finally be scored. At turn 14, you see a critical opening.
Going all in on the final turn. The race is on.
And in the final turn, you ended up with 96 creamery
fucker.
points to Parker's 94.
I know how to resource manage. I played satisfactory.
You win! I can't outdo the Milkmaster. I will see you next time for our relationships. Ultimate dice roll.
I can't wait.
Lucinda Lavish has come by once more. While she appears the same physically, it is apparent that her overall panache is lacking.
My panache. It's lacking.
You are Lucinda Limitless.
You're right! There's no limit to me at all! I really am the best dateable there is!
Best of the best.
Oh, thank you!
You have supported me for a while now. And even a goddess like myself needs to let her subjects know where they stand.
And you get an award of your own. Choose one and be limitless with me.
Best lover.
And the Lucinda goes to you.
I actually had a completely different ending with her in a private game. This is kind of cool. Like, I had a love ending, and it was completely different.
My love, I will continue to seek out greater heights.
Well, I won't be around very much because there are so many more realms to conquer, and I fear your small mind cannot comprehend them. But who knows? Maybe you can find a way to bring me back permanently someday.
Well, actually, can we make you realized?
Right now, it can be done, for there are no limits here. Sweet! Thing is, you gotta have enough points. And being as I am limitless, my requirements are probably so frickin' high.
They are enormously high, but somehow I have enough.
I'm so honored to do this!
The spectral energy flows through your date viators, and what was once the best dateable ever becomes...
Realized!
It's quite possibly the best human in the world.
Wow! I've
Her arms and legs bristled with energy. Her breath crackled the air around her.
Hey, buddy, I got this from here. Her arms and legs bristled with energy. Her breath crackled the air around her, and her face was radiant and shining.
Can I take that new body for a ride?
Lucinda Limitless gazes on you, her lover, and says, "Hell yes, you can!" She gives you the most passionate, the most exhilarating, and the most undeniably badass ride you can imagine. The only word that can describe it is... bestest. But the confines of this house aren't enough for Lucinda, for there are more worlds to conquer. Taking her leave, she continues on her quest to become the best human who ever lived.
Whoever lived. She starts echoing on her own. That's so funny.
Well, let's carry on then, shall we?
All right, you know what? We're going to stop here because I feel good about that. And also because we're doing Derby in like 4 hours, so I want a significant break from streaming. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by, y'all. Have an excellent day.